Some of my favorite moments from Ms. Francis's class would have to be the holiday feasts, as I would call them, because everyone, although they were just everyone bringing in some type of snack or juice, we would always push the tables together and we just take that time to eat, drink, and be merry. Officially, it was like just a snack, but nobody brought in lunches that day because there was always so much food. It would act as just like a regular lunch. Sometimes they would bleed into the afternoon, and we'd be able to just take that time to just talk, draw, have fun. And the reason that was special is because Miss Francis ran like sort of a tight schedule to make sure we all got our work done on time. And this was just, a chance to just have fun. It was like these holidays, and along with so many other small things she would do for us throughout the year that made her class special, and it's one of the reasons I was glad to be a student.
I was lucky enough to spend a good amount of time with Frances before she passed away. One night while we were sitting in the hospital, I commented how the children at Juliet Montessori seemed to come second only to her church. She quickly corrected me, telling me that those children came first, and that's how God would want it. Frances was right. When I look back now, I see there was never anything she put before those kids. She was an amazing teacher. She was inspirational. My children and Juliet Montessori had always been blessed to have her.
I'm so grateful for all the ways that Miss Francis respected us and our ideas and the things that we wanted to do. A favorite memory I have is when she really supported our work trying to start a class newspaper, which was such a fun project, and I still have such great memories of it. I'm actually getting my elementary training to be a Montessori teacher next year, and I'm so excited to carry that spirit of respect that she showed me forward in my own teaching career.
Ms. Francis was my teacher for several years at Juliet Montessori School, and I know that she was an amazing directress because I actually don't have a whole lot of memories of her. She really stepped aside and made all of our learning about the work and about the learning process, and she was there alongside me. I know, I felt it, but all of my memories and my most significant experiences were about the work that I did in her classroom. It wasn't necessarily about her. And she had this beautiful ability to allow us all to have our own experience and engage in the learning in our own way. I will say that she had a really fun classroom where we got to do so many cool things. I really remember fondly many of the projects and learnings that took place there, and a couple of my favorites personally were we got to write to other countries and solicit tourism information or things like that, and then make posters of what we had learned, and it was just so fun to get to expand our minds and our perspective and our world in that way. I felt so proud to be communicating with countries thousands of miles away and then getting a response. It was really cool. And then also a couple of friends and I were really into Georgia O'Keeffe when we were in Miss Frances's classroom, and she acquired the materials to let us recreate one of Georgia O'Keeffe's paintings, and that was really special for us. We spent weeks with a huge canvas set up on an easel in the middle of the classroom recreating this painting, and it was an amazing experience, and we felt so proud of it. And I just know that she worked really hard to make that happen for us, so I'm just so grateful for everything that she did for me.
Miss Frances loved April Fool's Day, and the fact that she was disciplined and loved her rules made it all the more fun when she set them aside and pranked us all morning.
Miss Frances was my teacher from 1st through 5th grade, and she was one of the greatest teachers that I've ever had. Had she not been my teacher, I would still be avoiding math at every single turn. She loved the subject so much that you couldn't help but want to learn from her. And had I not been her student, I certainly wouldn't be where I am today. She was just a great teacher.
Miss Frances was, and still is to this day, one of the greatest teachers I've ever had. I still remember that week that she took us to the side and taught us the Rubik's Cube, something you don't get outside Montessori, something you don't even get outside Miss Frances. It was truly an honor to have her as a teacher for 6 years, and she is truly, truly missed.
So the first time I ever met Miss Frances, she was a very intimidating person for a second grader. That was, of course, before I met her, and soon later I figured out she was one of the sweetest people. The biggest things I remember from her class were Rubik's Cubes. What was the one thing that she banned? She banned something.
I don't know. Maybe it was that weird thing that everyone would
Yep.
do.
So she banned that. If you don't know what it is, you just had to be there. I remember getting not in trouble, but causing mischief with the other second graders. And I remember she'd always just be there to support everybody in their own way. And she will definitely probably be my favorite teacher of all time. Yeah. And yeah, I think about her a lot. She was an amazing person.
Yeah. And I remember in second grade, I was having trouble reading. And she took time after school to teach me how to read. And one of those days after school, she must have saw that I was bored. So she came and sat by me, and with a huge thing of cups where we would stack up on each other and play a game. And she must have been there for an hour with me after school. I just thought that was wonderful.
She put her whole life into the kids that she had, and I'm sure everybody can agree that she was a wonderful person. Mm-hmm. She did a lot for JMS, and she was around for a while, one of the longest people that were teaching her, I think.
Close.
Something like that, I don't know. Yeah, she touched the hearts of hundreds of people and their families, so.
Hello, my name is Eileen Kozlowski. My daughter Moira was in Miss Frances's class from 2011 through 2015 for her 1st through 5th years of the elementary program at Joliet Montessori School. When I told my daughter about this video project that was being worked on for Miss Frances's dedication to honor her for her generous donation towards the Joliet Montessori Scholarship Program, she had many fond memories and has reminded me of the lifetime friends that she also made in Frances's class. My favorite memory of Miss Frances was when I was a parent volunteer in the team of 10 group that Miss Andrew at the time was our head of school had formed of parents who she would have come in and help out in the classrooms. So-called like assistance to any kind of office duties. So I remember the first time I had come to ask Miss Francis if there's anything I could help her with. She reminded me that the door threshold was very sacred, and that I needed to wait until I was invited into the classroom. She was very worried about the children being distracted, because like I said, the 3-hour work cycle in Miss Francis' eyes was a very sacred time of day. She wanted to make sure the children had ample opportunity to get their lessons done and to be focused, and not to be interrupted if she could all help it. But I would go every Friday, and she would have different works or things that she needed copied or papers cut. So that is when I started to really get to know Miss Francis a lot better as a parent, and I really enjoyed coming to school every Friday knowing that I would be able to talk to her.
To the Lady in White, from Waterford Way. You gave us a lifetime. Your heart so full of kindness and grace, spreading peace and broadening minds, tin whistles, Rubik's Cube mania, and finding the good in all. Delighting in the simple things. A shade of purple, a book. The Little Prince was your favorite. Remember when you discovered Fancy Nancy? Have you read these, you asked? With each young heart, you built a relationship. Gentle and unassuming, you listened intently to my own 2 boys. BMX races and wins. And you attended young Gavrush's debut not once, but twice because you were that thrilled. You left and I missed our hallway chats. You listened. We joked and teased and a few times cried. Well, not you, me. Consoling me and offering me no-nonsense advice. We disagreed, had words, and then dismissed it with chocolate. Yours was salted almond dark. It was always the simple things. There are so many memories. Remember the time when you met the actor, Billy Zane, and he talked your ear off? And then you asked if I'd ever seen a movie called Titanic. You hadn't. That was just so Miss Francis. Before you left, we sat on your couch, and you told me it wasn't necessary to be sorry about your passing. You were moving on to a better place, that there was no need for sadness, and that yellow roses were your favorite. But mostly, you just talked about the kids. I left, and then you left. You left me a better teacher than I was when I arrived at JMS. But more importantly, you left me a better person. And in that, I'm not alone.